You know, just when you think the world couldn't get any goofier or screwier, now the world is slowing down. Yeah, NIBIRU is pulling on the Earth. The entire Earth is just slowed down, its access. NIBIRU is pulling on us, it's beating on us, it's 4 times the size of us, and if it wants to play tug of war, it will play tug of war. And it is coming in like a fucking freight train, whether you like it or not, and its entire solar system coming into our solar system. It's going to be create between 300 to 500 foot waves on all major coastlines or more. And it could possibly fry your brain if it gets too close, because the magnetic field behind this thing is so intense, because it's made of iron, so that's like a big magnet. So if it gets too close, it will fry people's brains in the world. And it will bring down apocalyptic asteroids. Will rain down on Earth. In 2021, they're predicting a huge asteroid shower to come down and rain down on Earth. Is that part? And they say that that was part of Jupiter's belt. So Jupiter's belt is coming at us right now. Something smashed into Jupiter's belt and is sending rocks headed our way. So was that NIBIRU? Was that part of NIBIRU that smashed into him? Or was that just a really big asteroid that smashed into Jupiter's belt to send him our way? God only knows. But NIBIRU is definitely coming in like a fucking freight train, and there's nothing we can do about it except sit back and watch. And prepare. Get your families prepared. Get your house in order. Do what you need to do. Trump, they're trying to be a little proactive. They're trying to build these supersonic missiles now, hypersonic missiles. They're a long ways away from that. So the technology that America has is we're only coming in at Mach 3 for missiles that can protect the mainland. That's as fast as we get, unless we're using our Minuteman 3s, which are much faster. But that's one of the main reasons for the Minuteman 3s, to protect the world from asteroids and also ICBM attacks to deter Russia from shooting nukes at us. That way we have nukes to shoot back at them. Nobody wins. But I'm not going to talk about that. I'm here to talk about NIBIRU. What do you guys think about it? I put that out there last week, and what's everybody's greatest fear? And everybody pretty much said the rise into the sea level, and it could possibly fry your brain in the asteroids. It could create between 12 to 16 or plus magnitude earthquakes. It will make volcanoes go off. Mount St. Helens might go off. Just the pressure of just the sheer magnitude of pressure and magnetivity of this fucking thing could play hell with the center core of our Earth so bad when it reaches perigee. It could. I didn't say it will, but it could release Mount St. Helens. And Yellowstone in the U.S. Are you prepared for Yellowstone? Are you prepared for apocalyptic shit darkening out the sun? Ash outside so much that you can't go outside, you can't go breathe outside for the next 3 to 4 days at minimum. This could be a factor when NIBIRU reaches perigee too. Nobody ever talks about Yellowstone or Mount St. Helens. I think of the worst case scenario. I think of the Hoover Dam breaking and sending water up the Missouri River, up the Red River, and then into my backyard. That's why I'm going to be long gone at the farm when this place starts to flood. I'm going to be out of Dodge. So when I tell you to get out of Dodge, trust me, get out of Dodge. So just heed my warning. When I tell you to go get firearms bought, I hope you already did already, because we might have an incident with Russia now. I don't know if Russia's going to stay out of it. I can't guarantee that. Nobody knows. Only God knows what Vladimir Putin right now is thinking. So, and Trump's over there fucking with China today putting more and more tariffs on them. So he's making it worse and worse for the American farmers to make any kind of money, especially if you have soybeans. He is hated by all farmers, so he is not liked. Here these farmers voted him in thinking he'd do them good, but then they tear off the fuck out of all their crops, and it's fucked. That's what I mean. He starts some war here soon. This is going to drag on past 2020. This is not going to be a 2-week war like the Pentagon thinks it will be. No, there's seas and seas and seas of IEDs buried throughout that country right now. We're just waiting for the U.S. to start rolling their hammers on through. That's exactly what they're waiting for. They are prepared. They are ready. If I knew I had an invasion coming 2 weeks in advance, I'd have my area ready within 3 days in case they wanted to speed it up a little bit. So they have planted the bombs throughout the entire country. They have terror cells infiltrated into American society and major cities. And they will go after major, and I mean major targets like bridges, malls are going to get struck. This war will reach our shores. This will be the first time we're going to have war reach our shores since the fucking Vietnam War. I bet anything on it that we're going to have terror. This is the only country in the world, like I said, the only country in the world that spreads terror the way they do. And they got money, and they got funding, and they got synthetics, and they will make it happen. It's part of the green book, the training book. If you want to be a Revolutionary Guard, well, you better learn how to make roadside bombs, right? IEDs. It's part of the training manual over there. Who the hell you think taught 3/4 of the Iraqis on how to build IEDs and how to plant IEDs on the side of the road during the Iraq War, the second Iraq War? Iranians. Revolutionary Guard. They're the ones training people on how to do it. So that means they're experts on bombs. This is why Trump is second-guessing whether or not today he wants to declare war, because he doesn't know if this is going to be a bloodbath. It's such a bloodbath that one of the top generals, a 3-star general, told the Pentagon today and told John Bolton that you're going to need at least 1 million men. Minimum. 1 million people to try to take that country, because so many will be blown apart by bombs and missiles that America does not really have the stomach for it. We're going to have missiles raining down on convoys, blowing all convoys to pieces, roadside bombs tearing at them, American forces jumping out, going from house to house. You're going to have everybody firing upon American special forces. They're going to be bogged down in towns. It's going to be firefights. It's going to be fucking A-10s coming in and dropping buildings down. It's going to be fucking crazy. This will be a fucking war. This will be a war like another that you're used to. Do you have the stomach for it? I know I do. I don't want to see the brave men and women out there getting their asses blown up on a day-to-day basis, but if they're going to get their asses blown up and that's what they're ordered to do and die, well, that's what they signed up for. They signed up to uphold the Constitution and to obey the president. So if the president gives them the order to invade today or tomorrow, well, there you go. He just gave you your death sentence. You already signed on the dotted line. You already signed your life away when you entered the service. You should know these motherfuckers are waiting for you. They are waiting for the United States Marine Corps. They can't wait until the Marines get there to show to the world what an army of terrorists can do to U.S. Marines. The U.S. Marines will win the firefight, hands down. We'll take the beaches and we'll win. But we'll sustain heavy, and I mean heavy, losses. It'll be just like Iwo Jima and D-Day together. There's your 10,000 Marines on the beach, storming it. Being blown to pieces. And the carriers that carry the soldiers up on the beach will be hit too. By big missiles and huge shells planted underneath the ground. We'll blow them up in the air. It's like I can already see it coming. It's like I can already see it happening. These fuckers have had time to prepare. Just like you have. With NIBIRU. But now is your time to take a little bit of time, Do a little bit of checking around the house, see what you need for food, see what you need for water, stockpile, because things could get really crazy really quick here in the next coming days. Don't go to any major malls or anything like that. Just stay away from major centers of population. These fuckers are infiltrated into our country, and they want nothing more than strike a place like, let's say, the Mall of America. That's why I called my dad and told my dad, stay the fuck out of there. He heard my warning, and he heeded it. Now it's time for you to heed my warning. If you don't want to, and you want to just give me a thumbs down, I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you straight up. These motherfuckers are in our country, and they want us dead. And they're just waiting for the green light. Whenever that comes. Whatever minute today that comes, I don't know. I have a bad feeling something's going to happen over there. Something major is going to happen in Iraq, or something major is going to happen in the U.S. So, all right. Love y'all. So, that's 6 cents talking to me again. All right. Love y'all.